Okay. Islam, Arrington-Bey, my nation of war is Islam. It is April the 10th, 2025. And um, I've been eating off my diet for the past 2 days, so a little bloated, but not as bloated as I have been. So off my diet is eating fried vegan food. So nonetheless, it is about 6:10 a.m. April the 10th, 2025. I'm going to ask Imani some questions, okay? Imani, Ray Bay, Islam. Do you know anyone here in Annapolis personally?
No.
Have you ever invited anyone to enter the apartment, or even we were at Admiral Suites, Extended Stay America, to come over with you?
No.
Have you ever catched a ride with anyone to and from Wendy's, besides on Saturdays when the managers take you to another store with them to work extra hours?
No.
Um, do you reject the telepathic code?
Yes.
Would you date, or have you implied you wanted to date a African American male or female? Anyone that speaks Spanish from South Central America or Mexico, male or female, pale skin, male or female, or any other inhabitant in Annapolis or anywhere else in this day and time, at this in within, I would say, the next year?
No.
Would you even date anyone from Annapolis?
No.
Okay. I think that covers it. From Annapolis, Maryland. Or that have lived in Annapolis, Maryland for a long time. Okay, so what I'm about to do is a video. And what I'm going to say is, I say no to all those questions too. I reject the telepathic code. No, I have not flirted with anyone here or implied that I want to date anyone here. And it's interesting because the camera just literally like changed lighting. Before I had to change it, so now it's literally looking like my face is look even more bloated. But I think it's AI. It's humanoid AI from Mexico or the Black Negro. Um, so because one of the things I noticed, they do a lot if they cannot lay down with a human to help to rape, molest, or transform them. In Annapolis, or probably in most like other cities, they will attack the health, um, whether it's spreading STDs or causing other physical inflictions, pain. Um, Humanoid AI, that's Black, Negro, African American, that which speaks Spanish from South Central America and Mexico, that the United States government have allowed to come over here for that main reason, and plus make money to send back to wherever they come from, and other immigrants and that are unclean and unnatural in spirit. Pale skin, male and female. These are humanoid AI and other. They can be from China, Japan, Africa, but they have all they all in a jurisdiction of bondage. Okay, so in that jurisdiction of bondage, it is about keeping the frequency low on planet Earth, on celestial or planet Earth. So I don't know how I'm going to set the camera. So because it was not looking this way before, I'm going to have to. I'm around the Arrington-Bey. There's not one person in Annapolis can say that I've implied I want to hang out with them, especially that which is African American, Black, Negro, because that would probably be um, the most likely suspect to hang out because of the history of African American um, or the um, energy of African Americans, because I was in that status of African American. So whether it's music, language, history, reminiscing old history, that would be what would definitely force itself upon more so, and that's what has happened. And then that which speaks Spanish, which helps implement this because they're connected. I'm just so happen to be in a city where the United States Navy, Army, and other military branches are prevalent. And so a lot of them are connected to the military. A lot of them are connected to the military, and a lot of them are in the United States military and the police. Um, a lot of them have family members and so forth. So, and it could be average citizens, because we as Moors who are celestial are among and dealing with a frequency of bondage, a frequency that's unclean and filthy. And its goal is to keep the frequency low on organic planet Earth. This is the connection to transforming humans into lab experiments, transformed humans, whether it's mixing a gorilla ape DNA, some type of dog, beast DNA, in with human DNA, bird DNA with human DNA, AI, some computer lab chip with human DNA. That's where you get humanoid AI. Um, whatever mixture of transhuman that can come about from lab experiments being done. It is about lowering the frequency. And this is where the jurisdiction of bondage come from. So this is also the connection to the Black, Negro, African American, and that which speaks Spanish, and that's pale skin. That is not human. Keep saying we the same in man. Because if they can, the purpose is to attack planet Earth, the frequency on planet Earth. And how can they do that efficiently? By demonstrating what they really are. They can't, because when the word frequency, or that the truth about frequency is known, then that means truth even attacks and destroys them quicker. So if they can continue to speak a science of man as though they the same, then it's not going to happen as they hope, as they will hope, as they want it to not happen. I should say, they're slowing down the process, okay? Because it's going to happen. They're going to be killed. They're going to be destroyed. And we are going to rejoice, those who are truly, truly um, of knowledge and higher thoughts of why they must be killed and destroyed. It's not maybe they should be killed and destroyed. These animals, these beasts, have to be killed and destroyed. The reason why is because it's like the what do you call them? The orcs on Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna call out some beasts that I found very interesting. Many it's even under here looks dark. I don't, it shouldn't. That many people who seem to be awake or others like in reference to different movies. Orcs, orc guy on Lord of the Rings. Um, if now you have Wheels of Time, they have these Trollocs. It is in their nature to fight against that which is free. Freedom is a high frequency that is, was, and always been. Freedom. It is in their nature to fight and to destroy this frequency. There is no maybe it is, maybe it is. That's what they are created to do. That's why I'm able to record what I'm able to record here in this apartment at Crosswinds Apartment. Is because they know what they are created to do. And they are relying on so many who have supposed to have uphold laws of freedom, but have literally betrayed their covenants to lie down with these beasts in that frequency. So they're relying on many Moors. They are relying on non-Moors that are supposed to uphold laws of freedom and maintain their covenants by doing such things. This is why they are bold like they are in Annapolis. Because humanoid AI already know who have laid down with them and who have not. They know who has betrayed their covenants and the laws of freedom and who have not. They know. So they are relying on deceit. They are relying on that which has taken place to continue to be implemented. This is the connection to the telepathic code in creating these kids that have the telepathic code and birthing them with the telepathic code. There are different strands of the telepathic code. And it is obvious that it should not have been forced upon humans anyway. Because by forcing this form of science upon humans who were not in the spirits of freedom, who were still trying to comprehend what that divine energy of freedom is. So therefore, there's still a frequency of bloodshed and bondage. There are still wars going on. There's still people being subjugated all over the planet. So to give people who are still being subjugated, still being harmed, murdered, raped, a code to give them some form of maybe a false reality of power was definitely another war tactic to attack the frequency on planet Earth. Because now what we have are transformed humans who have the power to rape, molest, murder, and do other forms of heinous crimes outside of constitutional laws here on this landmass and wherever else you may go. Humans are so transformed from their original selves, they don't even care to look back to see what is really humanity. What is it to be humane? These are attacks upon the frequency, towards the frequency on planet Earth. My nation of Moors, Sheikh Dwayne Bey. And this is the true reason why this is happening. It's not because of one individual trying to break a karma, or this person trying to break their karma history, or this person says she is the wife of someone who's supposed to be great and someone else is saying she is, or we don't know if she is or not, or they or if she isn't, she's supposed to be or lay down with some black Negro ape. It does not. It has it. That is a distraction of what the true war and attack really is about. But what that distraction is demonstrating is who have laid down with these unclean, filthy frequencies in different ways, spiritually, mentally, and physically, and who have not. That's what this distraction is doing. Babies should not be born with a telepathic code and then called kids. We as humans have the ability to evolve naturally. We are supposed to be comprehending what natural law really is again. But instead, we were blinded by a beast who have given humans a form of power and then tuck away their humanity. They're not humans no more. They so close to being almost all an animal, a beast. It is ridiculous. And then they keep looking at the TV for solutions. Those that speak Spanish, I'm not saying all. I mean, so many of them have nothing but an incubus, succubus energy among them. They are so away from humanity and what is humane. I'm telling you, humans need to be careful of them. That which is African, black, Negro, same. This same. That which is pale skin. Any of them that are in that jurisdiction of bondage. A lot of them will say 3, Freemason. They have done blood oaths with the humanoid AI. Laid down, they have pimped their telepathic kids to the humanoid AI and other transhumans. Pimped themselves. Some of them maybe had no choice, they felt. And I'm going to leave that door open. That's for the spirits of wind and the elementals of the Allah, because Allah knows it all, to decipher. But until then, I think humans who have the ability to maintain their covenants need to know these are Smeagol's, like the Lord of the Rings. These are Smeagol's. They're clever, deceitful, low life. I don't care what they can portray themselves to be. When that card is turned and someone say 3, Freemason, they will do what they are told. They're Smeagol's, Lord of the Rings. That's the best description I can give you in comparison of what we are among. hold on, on planet Earth, but a lot. I'm in Annapolis, Maryland, and so for me to speak this way is because I've experienced what I experienced in Annapolis, Maryland, and but this is happening all over planet Earth. The frequency is really low in Annapolis, Maryland. And so Annapolis is in Maryland, so the state is Maryland. Where you have government officials who are involved in sex trafficking and breeding and other criminal activities, stealing, all over this landmass, transforming humans mentally. It always starts off mentally and then physically. And then try to hide what's going on, what has been going on. So, Sheet the Wayne Buffalo Bay, My Nation of Moors. And once again, the camera, because of AI, who has invaded the apartment, because it thinks that they're going to force Imani and I to lay down with one of them, and one of their filthy transhuman, the black Negro, male and female, that which is pale skin and that speaks Spanish, or any other transhuman lab freak they have here in Annapolis. I'm going to try to go to a different lighting. I'm healing my knee. So I started experiencing 4 sharp pains in my knee. And by me experiencing 4 sharp pains, it was through while I was sleeping and walking. So what they are able to do is put one of those that speak Spanish. First of all, they're able to force engage the body to cause you to move or even speak in a different manner than yourself. So if they can get you to, by using one of the lab experiments, Black Negro, African American, or any other lab experiments that speak Spanish or pale skin, to force engage and have you say or do things, the body, while it's attempting to take energy, they can create a lawsuit. Not only that, send for sharp pains as well. So once again, the goal is, because the jurisdiction, 3 Freemason, whatever the lab freaks in Annapolis and other places want to call themselves, the goal is to implement bondage because they're attacking the frequency of planet Earth. Me, being and other humans, when we learn, one is just forced engaging now. When we learn who we are and our true connection to planet Earth and the cosmos, we are able to raise our frequency and raise the frequency on planet Earth, which kills and destroys them, which is going to happen anyway, because they are outside of natural law. They cannot change, a lot of them. I would say maybe very few, not enough for me or anyone who has wisdom to allow one of the lab freaks to be in close vicinity with them in a community that is made to be safe and raise their frequency and keep a frequency of freedom flowing. Natural law. If you see one, you better believe, you better do what you need to do to keep it away. That's how we as humans have to think and have to prepare for, because they are really not playing. They are doing whatever they can to implement a form of bondage, to kill and destroy that which is natural and free. So getting back to Moors, such as yourself, Sheikh Dwayne Baffa-Bey, and others, and non-Moors, who are supposed to uphold laws of freedom. You see, when you're dealing with karma, I see, it's not about what you have done just this lifetime. It is about what has happened through many, many lifetimes before. And the reason why I don't have the telepathic code or Imani, it has nothing to do with you, Sheikh Dwayne Baffa-Bey. And I'm saying that in humility. It has nothing to do with nation of Moors that are on a low frequency. Lower frequency. It's on the reason why is because a high frequency being, because that's the line I am connected to, and myself who saw this plan and prepare so I can be one who is able to see through the lies and deceit and the malice behavior, to see truth in what is really and what is trying to see truth, through the deception. Because when we are among cleverness like we are, and that which has lied down with the filth, that is a low frequency, we needed to have someone who will be able to cleanse and see and speak truth as much as possible. We needed to see, because the cleverness runs deep. The betrayal of sacred laws runs deep. So Sheikh Dwayne Baffa-Bey, I know it's not because of you. And I know it's not because of other Moors that I might have came across. Or non-Moors. No, I might have came across someone, but didn't know. But I know it's not you, Sheikh Dwayne Baffa-Bey. We knew that these days were coming. We knew. And we knew that many who are supposed to uphold laws of freedom and even value what has always been and uphold what has always been would be tested, and many will fall down and try to deny that they have fallen. Try to deny or try to cover up that they have fallen and can never come back up. We knew. I'm not one of those, and I don't ever want to be one. But what I have experienced is anguish and hurt, which caused me to lower my frequency. And then, therefore, by me lowering my frequency, instead of me harmonizing with the earth and the cosmos, we loving one another, she, which is me, the cosmos, which is me, and vice versa, we start to harm ourselves and see ourselves as a threat. And through different sciences of energy, things starts to happen. So I am relearning how to harmonize and relearn the word of karma, the spirits of karma, and what is karma, and how did she come about? When did she come about? How did she come about? What is she really? Yes, I'm saying she's a she, and I'm saying I don't think she's always been. I think she came about through low frequency behavior and thoughts. So, Arrington-Bey, as your wife, this lifetime, going into a more light. Okay. As your wife this lifetime, I guess I want to say, I don't know if I'll be your wife in future lives, possibly. I don't know. But as your wife this lifetime, it has been a challenge because the reason why I say this, because when I speak truth, it is because of truth. And everything so I'm going to give you a chance to correct me, because deception and trickery can be done. So we consummated our vows in the sacred grove. See, every time on my face is blood, my lower teeth show more. Yeah, because I ate some food. Anyway, we consummated our vows in August of 2013, and I loved and still love, but not enough to forsake my covenants. And I don't love you enough to agree with everything you do. And I don't love you enough to say whoever another person may be, a female that you're having sex with or a female that you're having sex with, I condone. I don't. I apologize. I just don't. I don't, because the energy and spirits of frequency is of that which is filthy in thought or cruel in thought is real. And this is the science of having more than one wife. When you have more than one wife, there is a condone agreement that happens, right? And I think it takes time to study, because one wife can have good intentions and just really don't know, while the other wife or wives could be plotting and trying to do very heinous energies, and that which supports her towards the wife who don't know and who is literally walking blindly. And then you, or that that is married to that malice energy, having sex with that energy, that spirit. that energy could enjoy and definitely want to sacrifice, could enjoy some form of sacrifice in blood and whatever else. And the energy, this is just what a, what's the word? A show, not a show, excuse me. That's forced engagement, but I didn't mean to say that. Um, a reality. So, a form of reality of truth that has been presented this lifetime. It's a distraction with you and I, because the truth is about planet Earth and the frequency of planet Earth being attacked. But when you are involved in heinous and malicious behavior, and you laying down with others that are in that also are involved in that spirit, that energy of deceit, then that too attacks planet Earth and the frequency. So, because it's all about the frequencies, the vibration. So, when there are women who are so malicious, and men, that they will do almost anything to place another in bondage, because they have, for whatever reason, maybe they when it comes to Moors, women that are Moors, they probably have some knowledge and science, and some might be psychic, and they can tell and they know what's to come. And if their heart is not clean and their intentions are very wicked, and a Moor who don't know and who is led by his own wicked intentions, not because he has not cleansed the way he should have, they come together and they just circling that spirit over and over and over again. Both of them have fallen. They both have fallen, and then the one who has not fallen is being subjected and exposed to that spirit, where she ends up cursing herself, Allah forbid, because she's still trying to figure out what and how to move forward or to maintain her covenants without harming herself, being among that which is filthy and unclean. So the fact that someone is born into privilege and have a higher status as a different being does not exempt them from the laws that exist and have always been in the cosmos, Sheikh Dwayne Bey and other Moors. They are still bonded by those laws, especially if they are lying down and doing things in a behavior that's similar to humans. Yes, they may have a nature, but if the frequency does not correspond with the laws of the cosmos and the earth, then they too must face what the repercussions that's going to come towards them, because it's all about frequency. I don't care what type of being and high being it think it is. It is still bonded by the laws, because everything vibrates. It is a frequency I am talking about. And it is the frequency that has caused so much pain and anguish in reference to you and I. That's why I'm going to speak truth. I know I'm your wife. I know I'm your wife this lifetime, but I'm not sure I'm going to be your wife anymore after this, because I'm not going to fall down if you cannot be strong enough to honor your covenants and raise yourself up and cleanse your being. That's just it is what it is. I don't want to lie down with someone who has an energy of sacrifice flowing through their veins, because that which they lie down with does sacrifice. I mean, it's the same energy, same frequency. And I'm not going to betray my covenants either, or my vows willingly with a black Negro, or allow myself to be thrown and subjugated, me and my son, to lie down with these blacks, filth, lab freaks, and others that exist, that's created in a low frequency. That is not why I'm here. I am demonstrating why I am here and why we, as a higher celestial being, have come here. Babies should not be born with a telepathic code, and new Moors should not be created. We have not comprehend what true natural evolution is for something like that to be given to humans. Was a mistake. But I think it was to keep us from making a larger mistake, or that which did it, in the future. So right now we have a chance, because I think something worse could happen in the future. So this is just a little bit of showing us what can happen by creating transhuman lab freaks, giving babies the telepathic code and saying we're going to create a new Moor. Removing all thoughts or behavior of humanity, the spirits of freedom or love for humanity from a society, or the thoughts of what is to be humane from a society, removing these thoughts. So we are seeing what can happen, because something worse can happen in the future. Sheikh Arrington-Bey, you don't have to love me. I love myself. But that does not remove truth, because the love you have might not be the love that I want right now anyway. But I am speaking truth. I am your wife. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying, I'm just speaking truth. I know I come from a celestial being, a celestial tribe. I know who I am in that manner. And I know it's not because of you I don't have the telepathic code. It's not because of you Monty doesn't have the telepathic code. But he knows that he needs to learn. We need to learn. So if you maintain your covenants and do what you're supposed to do, because trust me, it will just be that. As long as I think or hear that you might be lying down with someone else, it would just be that. I will learn from you, and then I'm going to move on and move forward. And Imani too. Islam.